Time to move on, build new, fresh things. Sparks to fly, metal to burn.
Burned my hair off.
So this is a Factory 5 truck. I see a lot of them ripping around racing, and we're gonna do like an Indy-inspired truck. So we're gonna have splitters and spoilers, and we'll see what happens.
Brum, 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 brum. Am I cleared?
Yeah.
The engine's an LS3. It's 430 horsepower crate motor. Nope, nope.
Oh, I thought you said tip it in. Where, oh, where?
We're one mount short. Well, that's no bueno. Got the pedal hung, column sitting in it. Some of the electronic steering components are mounted. You got some on the firewall here, and then you got the motor for it down here on the chassis. The steering linkage is all in. The lines are all finished and clamped, and we're starting on the fuel system right now.
Wait and get all the holes drilled in this, and then we're gonna paint this black, and then we're gonna take it up to our laser guy, 3D Dan upstairs, and have him do some kind of cool design on the front of it. So it'll have all these nice Allen with copper washers like Justin loves. I am installing the electric fuel pump into the housing that goes inside the fuel tank. All right. Just shove this in there?
Just shove it in the hole.
I don't want to break it.
Locked.
Yahtzee. You get me struggling, Phil. Bet you there's easier ways at home. Everybody on TV's gonna be like, hey.
Just get a hose pusher.
Yeah, why don't you do one of those things? Need more lubrication, I guess. I'm peeling the rubber off into my fingers. I apologize for using that fella's name.
You know, when I'm too close to the exhaust, anything moving is usually a bad thing to have them next to. If they're hanging too low, like on the bottom side of, you don't want to put them down on the bottom, where if you do bottom out on a speed bump or something, this thing's going to be like 4.5 inches off the ground. So you don't want to catch them on anything and tear them, smash them, pinch them.
You there?
Somewhat level.
I don't know.
This one's too tight. You need to come over and down.
If we go right there, that's where it's going to be.
Just make sure you've got clearance there. You don't want to be up against that.
Just like that. I'm getting hungry. All right, so front grille, radiator, and fan. Whew. Oh, fancy radiator, fans and hoses and pieces. Oh my! Gotta take the grill and lay it out. Put the radiator on top of it to mark all your holes for the mounting to make sure they're all lined up. Well, that's horrible. Fits right in here, they say. I'm gonna take off almost 3/4 of an inch and roughly 7/8 of an inch to sit where it kind of needs to be, I think. I'm not the best at drawing straight lines, so don't be giving me a hard time. Try this again. The tabs are not perfectly square off of the radiator. Probably when they welded them, it flexed them some. So, and then this isn't perfectly flat to everything, so I'll have to mark the holes. I just got to make sure it's square in the grill. My brother had a Trans Am back in the day, and we used to see how fast we can get it up to, and over in Mexico I think we hit like 170 one time. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. I don't know, there's so many things, Phil. We probably shouldn't be here today. What's the craziest thing that we ever did in a car? Drive shaft coming apart about 110 mile an hour with him sitting next to me in his car.
Yeah, running down the road.
Yeah.
We were dumb. So what are you making here? You making burgers or steaks?
I'm gonna make.
That thick. Holy crap.
You feel it? How heavy it is.
Huh. That's
and
crazy.
The notches that they had were here, and I had to go here. Oh, sorry, Phil. Sorry, I just cussed.
I mean, you're doing burnout before we know it.
Yeah. I don't like the way they did it. The plates aren't long enough, like they show in the picture. A long time ago, when we were in car club, my family was in a car club called the Poverty Rod. We used to take old cars and put old tires on the back of them, take them out on the old concrete slab and do burnouts until they blow, and then they get down to the bare rim and shoot sparks. They're called the old Sparkies. This one's right on the edge all the way across. It's just annoying because the pictures, it shows the plates are like the same width as the plates that they welded in. Mm-hmm. So obviously that's not the case.
Well, something's changed, whether this came from a different vendor or this came from a different vendor, or maybe it was the new guy's turn to put these on and it didn't get right. But the ones you can use, I would use.
And that way I can bolt it, or like kind of put bolts in it to keep it there, and then redo them.
I'm making the holes larger since the studs don't line up with the holes in the fan. It's a lot easier to open the plastic up than it is to bend the bolts coming through the stainless. As well as everything else on this is fitted together. This thing is the opposite. There we go. Much gooder. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do.
Ready to give her a whirl, Earl? Heavy, heavy girl. Your slide in?
Yeah, I got the stuff there. Open it up a little further.
Okay. You're bottoming out on the slots, I think.
No, yeah, I just want to make sure that where we snug it, we're not sitting on the frame.
Plenty of room between the engine and the radiator. It's cool looking. Starting to look like a truck or something. Looking like a go-kart with a grill.
You're not really good at that operation game, are you?
No. You put your fuel lines there.
I was trying to put them right in your way.
You did.
Yes. Right there. Good there.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. Oh. Sorry, Phil. I moved.
Son of a. Oh yeah, you're way off.
Which way?
Right there.
Yahtzee.
So the fuse box has to be mounted somewhere. The ECU's got to be mounted somewhere. So I'll see where they plan on mounting that, if there's a plate that it goes on in there, or if it's supposed to just go to the back side of that firewall plate. And that box up there with all the extra plates and mounting plate stuff, there might be a plate in there for that.
Hey, do you want me to mask out to where we're shooting this edge? Do this, a little bit of stuff here and there.
Yeah, go ahead. I think if you keep that black just underneath that lip,
Yeah,
it'll
just-
hide it in there.
Yeah, just right on that, right on that edge. Razor's edge
I
there.
don't want to see the black off the grill, because then it's going to have like a split between it.
Okay, so you're wanting to cut. You're wanting the green to make
Yep.
sure this is okay.
Yeah, so just right in there.
That'll work.
Cool. Just sanding my fingertips away so I can turn everything green again. It's like deja vu all over. Except this time it's fiberglass, which makes it a little more challenging than steel, but has its perks. Makes the body work a little harder, right, Harold?
Oh yeah, it makes the body work fun.
We got most of the panels painted last week. Bedsides, grill, dash is done. So prepping the door here. The other one's ready. It's hanging in the booth. Get this finished up and get it in the booth and get some green on these. And then Harold's got the cab over there in the prep station, and he's about done with that first round of sanding. We'll get some more high build on that and make sure she's nice and straight. And hopefully have that green by, what do you think, Wednesday?
Yeah, we should be good to go by then. Get it all sanded down, looking
Put
nice.
the whole truck back together and go play in it for a little while before we go tear it up in Tulsa. Well, you know we're gonna put it in the pit, see what kind of racket we can make and how bad we can tear up the tires on it. So I say we, but we both know it's just Justin.
Yeah.
He can break it. I don't want to pay to fix it, so I'm good cheering from the sidelines. I'll be a little cheerleader, minus the skirt.
Oh, you look good in a skirt.
Get your mind out of the gutter, sir.
That's the home away from home, man. No, this is gonna be an awesome ride. Anybody be thrilled to have one of these. I'll tell you what, man. Things will be light and fast. Yeah, this thing's gonna be awesome. Hey, want to co-sign a loan with me, Ziggy?
No. No, I don't.
Well, then I guess I'm not gonna have one. Think I'll let us take turns with it?
No.
Well, we're We're gonna put these nice fancy looking valve covers on to dress up the motor a little bit so it's not quite so plain and ugly. It's cheap, easy to do. Probably one of the easiest things you can do to make it look better. This lower part is taller than a stock one, so if you had like a roller rocker or something in there, you'd probably gain a little clearance there so they didn't hit the valve cover. This is just stock valve train, so this is just for looks. The nice thing about these is it's the coils. Just a little cleaner. See, it puts them at a different angle, tucks them underneath the covers. Transfer our coil wires over, or coil plugs. Let's see how it does with the fuel line. Not too good. The fuel line coming out straight like this, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit that tall cover, so we'll just pop the line off and see if it's gonna clear that way. If it is, we'll have to modify that or get a different fitting. Well, that is no good. The angle of the coils to keep it from coming down and lining up. The angle that they're at, it's hitting the edge of the hole here and won't let it come over enough to sit down into the channel like it should. So we'll try tipping it to the extreme. It's not slotted at all. It's whatever plays just in the bolt holes on the coil itself. You can see there's a little play in there, so if we max it out, hopefully that gives it just enough. So close. Guess we'll get the boss involved and see if he wants to open the holes up.
If there's a problem, I don't want to hear about it.
It's not much a problem as it is an opportunity.
An opportunity?
To
cut some
to modify the valve covers.
Coil packs?
Well, maybe the coil packs. So they go on and it doesn't matter which valve cover you use. And the coils are turned as far as they'll go.
You're just worried about them sticking out like that?
No, I'm worried because it won't go down to where it's supposed to. It's sitting on the actual coil. And both of them are the same.
You can't clock them?
Oh, I did. I turned them as far as I could and still keep the bolt in the hole. I mean, if you ran one bolt, you could probably turn them, or if you made something to...
Well, that's stupid. That's dumb. Can never just be easy. Well, they need to be on there, so I guess just
grind bigger holes.
Carbide bit's probably your best bet. That way it gets everywhere in your armpits.
Yes, that's my favorite. Glittery and pokey.
Maybe all shimmery by the end of the day. Go unicorns.
That's what I wanted when I got up this morning. How can I make myself sparkly?
Ugh. Stupid cars. Done with them. We're opening a donut shop. And coffee.
You gotta have whiskey for the coffee.
And rum.
Fortunately, we gotta take a bunch because of the insulation on the boots. We're already touching without that, and that's over an 1/8 inch thick as it is. So I'll take quite a bit out of them. Rather it look dumb than be blind. It almost looks like I had some idea what I was doing. Don't tell nobody. That'll do. One down, one to go. Yay me.
So it's Street Slime 2.0 on the dyno. We're about to fire it up, run through the gears, get some heat in it. So I haven't really driven this truck yet. We took it out in the parking lot the other day. We got it running. I barely hit the throttle and the thing just lights the tires off, and it's not even got a good tune in it yet. So we're not trying to break any records today with dyno numbers. I'm just trying to get it to where everything works right. We got enough fuel, it stays cool, because I'm gonna take this out right out of the box and beat on it and do burnouts and drift and have fun with it. That's what it's for. But right now, we're just trying to get it running.
Go ahead and give me key on and we'll figure out which software it is. Did this really rev to 7,000?
He did do a burnout with it, or like a real quick short one.
I'm excited to see what it's going to do when it's running on all cylinders and running like it's supposed to.
Are we on the dyno? Or?
We are on the dyno.
Yeah, so yeah, basically all I really need you to do is just, we can get it fired up. This is a Jaguar?
This is a factory 535 hot rod truck with an LS3 4L70.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. Altogether, they say it should weigh about 2350, I think.
Man, sneeze on that thing and then it gets sideways, huh?
Yeah, that's what he plans on doing. We'll be in Tulsa in a couple weeks for that Starbird car show down there.
Oh, that sounds cool. Let's go ahead and get it fired up.
How's that? It's got a big dip right in the middle there. But there's also fourth gear. So there's something going on where if I put it in first, it stays in first. I put it in second, it shows that it's in fourth. So it's running out of fuel there.
Like running out or there's something?
Well, it's got 10 gallons in it, so it's not physically out, it's just not getting it. No, there's it's some sort of factory tank with a drop-in pump. Comes right out of that, runs down the frame rail, or runs about a foot, goes through a filter, then runs the length of the vehicle up to the regulator, from the regulator into the factory fuel rail on the LS3. Okay, I'll check into it real quick. Will do, thanks. Yeah. No, he said Said we need to put that fuel gauge back in there and then check to see if how much it's dropping or if it's dropping. And then his other concern was, since everything on this thing was pretty much in the book Ford stuff, that's a Ford fuel pump basically, so it doesn't carry the pressure it needs for the LS. The injectors are big enough for, I think, see it's 720 horse or something, so we're definitely not there. So.
Good stuff. Making things happen here at Nichols Paint and Fab.
Time to move on, build new, fresh things. Sparks to fly, metal to burn.
Burn the hair off.
So this is a Factory 5 truck. I see a lot of them ripping around racing, and we're gonna do like an Indy-inspired truck. So we're gonna have splitters and spoilers, and we'll see what happens. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Starbird show.
We're gonna be doing burnouts in 2 hours, something like that.
Am I clear?
The engine's an LS3. It's 430 horsepower crate motor. Steering linkage is all in. The lines are all finished and clamped, and we're starting on the fuel system right now.
Just shove this in there.
Shove it in the hole.
Fancy radiator. Fits right in here, they say. Starting to look like something. Looking like a go-kart with a grill. Where, oh where?
We're one mount short. Well, that's no bueno.